What's going on, everybody? Hey, listen, are you a police officer going through depression? Well, if that's you, don't worry about it. I'm going to help you out today. I'm Joe Hammond, and I've been in law enforcement for almost 20 years. And throughout my career as a police officer, I've had the opportunity to meet men and women just like you. Men and women who have either gone through depression on the job and didn't realize it, or they've gone through depression on the job and didn't want to talk about it. And what's some of the reasons why cops don't want to talk about depression? Let's keep it real. We don't want to talk about it because we don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want to feel like we're going to lose a piece of ourselves, like the shield or the gun or the job itself. And we also don't want to lose ourselves. But that's exactly what's happening from here across the world. We're losing ourselves. So what I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to give you 5 basic principles real quick. I won't be before you long. I know we're cops and we got short attention spans, and we probably got to go work on our trucks. But what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you these principles, and hopefully you can apply these to your everyday life. Because these principles that I'm about to give to you, they helped me when I was going through depression on the job. And I didn't realize I was going through depression until my superior officer actually ordered me to go. And when he ordered me to go, that's when I realized that this situation was real and this needs to be talked about. So I'm going to break it down for you real quick. I want you to hit pause if you have to, get a pen, get a paper, whatever you got to do. And at the end of this video, if you need further help, please don't hesitate to reach out to even me. And if I can't help you personally, I will point you in the right direction. Cool? All right. The first thing you need to realize is this. Throughout America, there's about 16 million people going through depression. Now, how does that apply to you as a cop? They're human beings. We need to realize that before we put on that badge, that gun, that uniform, that we're human beings first. And we feel just like everybody else. We go through things just like everybody else. We have emotions, we bleed, we cry, and we need to realize that we're human beings first. All right. So stop acting like you have to handle things all on your own and start reaching out to the necessary people. All right. Let's get started. Number 1, the first thing we need to do as police officers is we need to start using our health benefits the right way. So many of us have gotten away from using our own health benefits because we're so focused on our families and we're so focused on our kids and things like that. Listen, I get it. They are very, very important, but they're no good without you being right. So start using your health benefit cards to go get the proper talk therapy, counseling and things like that. Go see your medical doctor. Your depression could be caused by a chemical imbalance or a certain medication that you're taking or certain foods that you're not supposed to be eating within your system. Listen, certain things can be found easy if you start to approach it the right way from the beginning. All right, so start using your benefits. All right, let's get back to that. Number 2, develop a good health, exercise, and diet routine. Now, listen, I know I'm not in the top physical shape, but it used to be a lot worse, trust me. And a lot of us are falling off and we don't get the right help. I know in my department, we have personal trainers that we can reach out to, guys who are certified. And sometimes it takes you to drop that pride, man, and go talk to them and just say, listen, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing that keeps you in shape? Or it can be somebody younger on the job or somebody older on the job. Whatever they're doing, walk up to them and ask them, how can they help you get back into shape that you need to be? All right, let's start taking care of ourselves. Number 3, very big, stay away from the negative talk to yourself and the negative conversations around others. Listen, we get around police cars or we go park somewhere and we park, we park and we have those conversations and we sit around and we talk about each other and we have all these negative conversations. It's not helping you. You need to start realizing that you need to start taking care of yourself and you need to start separating yourself from that negative activity and that negative talk. Also, when you go home, if you're entertaining negative television, negative social media, negative environments, you're getting involved in gossip conversations, stuff like that. Listen, all those things are playing a part in your depression and you don't realize it, but all those things play into your head and then you carry that around with you. Start filling your head with some positive stuff. Start getting involved with some positive things, all right? All right. Number 4, listen, this is very big also, another one. Start getting away from the police work even off the job. We spend so much time with each other on the job that some people don't realize that our social environment plays a big part in our depression. If we're spending so much time at work with cops and then we go to the bar and then we go to barbecues and then we go to beefsteaks and then we go to weddings and then we go on vacation, we're spending a lot of time with cops. And a lot of times we get cops, we get together with each other. What do we talk about? Cop stuff. So eventually you need to start realizing that you need to start separating yourself from that. Start getting yourself involved in something else in the activities. It could be the church, it could be coaching youth sports, it can be getting involved in the gym or volunteering within your community. A whole bunch of things that may sound corny to you, but listen, I'm telling you right now, if we don't start separating ourselves a little bit from law enforcement, it's going to get the best of us. All right. And number 5, the best one here, start getting rest. I know it sounds crazy. That's crazy talk because we get off at 11 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and people expect us to go home and go right to bed. Well, let me ask you this. When you work a 9 to 5, do you go home and go right to sleep? No. And a lot of times when we get off the shift, our heads are still reeling from some of the terrible things that we have just seen. So whatever you have to do to start getting yourself some better rest, it could be a good prayer life. It could be good meditation. It could be yoga. It can be exercise before bed if you have to. Listen, whatever you need to do to start getting better rest, start taking care of yourself. Because if you don't start taking care of yourself, you're no good for anybody else. Listen, I'm Joe Hammond, and I hope that these basic principles that you can start with will apply to you. And I'm hoping that it can start pointing you in the right direction. And if you need help after this, please, like I said, reach out to somebody who's a clinical specialist. Reach out to somebody who could take you a little bit further. But please reach out if you need to. All right? And watch your 6. Peace.